Oregon, a 14.5-point favorite, going to the Big House. Over under in this game, 45.5. Possibility of no Will Johnson in this game. That's a very big problem, considering you've got Evan Stewart, you got Tez Johnson on the other side. It's going to be interesting. We got another team traveling across the country. We'll see what that data bears out. We looked at it earlier in the season. It was inconclusive to not great when you look at the spread data. Damien, how you feel about this one?
Oregon's going to try to make this game a track meet because they know they are faster, they are more finesse than this Michigan team, and they're just going to line the ball up and say, let's race. Let's see if y'all can keep up. I mean, this Michigan team, they're good in the trenches, right? Like, that's what Michigan can still hang their hat on. That's their strength, is the trenches. They've got a veteran offensive line. They've got a good front seven. They're physical, they're stout. Well, what's Oregon's keys to victory? Their finesse, their speed. Like, all they're going to try to do is attack this Michigan team with speed. That means their receivers, they're going to challenge these DBs deep with deep routes and trying to see if they can run with these guys. They're going to try to get the running backs in matchups in space with the linebackers to see if they can cover them. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if Tosh Lupoy has been working with his defensive line on speed rushes all week long, just because the name of the game for Oregon has to be speed, 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 speed. Because Michigan simply can't keep up. They don't have the tools, they don't have the resources, they don't have the athletes. Like, they're not built to just line up and run with guys from the first, especially not guys like Oregon has, from the first play to the last. So if I'm Oregon, I'm putting on my track shoes and I'm ready to run. I'm ready to race the whole game. And Michigan has got to find a way to slow this game down. And I mean, the most obvious answer is going to be run the ball, run the hell out of it, and just try to keep the ball out of Oregon's hands. But I don't think that's going to be enough. Again, Oregon, they've got way too many horses in the stable, and I just think they outrun Michigan all game long.
Mm-hmm. Chris, what have you made of some of the aftermath from the scuffle, kerfuffle, fracas from the end of the Michigan State game?
Yeah, I know we kind of downplayed it as whatever after the game. Didn't think it was all that much compared to a couple of years ago.
I didn't see a punch thrown or a helmet swung.
The big push from Michigan State fans was an alleged stomp from Khalil Mullings in the pile. You can kind of see it on the overhead cam, but you can't see for sure. Ultimately, the Big Ten decided to do nothing, so this appears to be over with. Michigan State didn't seem super happy about it, but nothing else is going forward. Sherrone Moore was very not happy about it and wanted to kind of shut this down as well, which I think is a good thing. But I am curious coming out of this because Michigan, like in that Michigan State game, that second half, they figured things out on offense. They figured out how to make the game easier for Davis Warren and Alex Orji. And it's weird to say, but they won that game because of the efficient passing game. Like, that is how they were able to make the comeback, along with a couple of Michigan State mistakes. I think pretty simply here, like Oregon, just don't turn the ball over and just don't make a couple of mistakes. Michigan's not going to be able to keep up with you. Michigan's also was not, like, the run defense was not great either against Michigan State. And if Oregon can get that running game going, then it's see you later.
Yeah, I think the difference here is Oregon, they ain't Michigan State. Oregon gets the job done here. Michigan's not going to be able to score. It's probably the right move to commit to Davis Warren in some level like they did this week, but Michigan, they're not able to score against anybody. They're definitely not going to score against Michigan or against Oregon, and Oregon, they're not going to score at will. But I think people underrate Oregon's defense as well. Give me Oregon big here. Damon, you like the Ducks to win big?
Yeah, give me the Ducks.